Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into the quirky world of psychology, exploring 7 mind-bending phenomena that reveal how wonderfully weird our brains are. The human brain, that 3-pound universe, is constantly bombarded with information and takes shortcuts, makes assumptions, and sometimes even plays tricks on us. We'll unravel mysteries like the Mandela effect, the Stroop effect, and the Bader-Meinhof phenomenon. So buckle up, question everything you thought you knew, and let's explore the fascinating world of psychological illusions together. Let's kick things off with the Mandela effect, a fascinating and somewhat eerie phenomenon that has puzzled many. Named after Nelson Mandela, this phenomenon highlights how susceptible our memories are to collective influence and shared misconceptions. Many people vividly recall Mandela dying in prison in the 1980s, even though he actually passed away in 2013. This collective false memory is a prime example of how our minds can play tricks on us. Our brains don't store memories like perfect snapshots. Instead, they reconstruct them each time we recall them, leaving them vulnerable to distortions and inaccuracies. Shared cultural experiences, misinformation, or simple misremembering can lead to widespread false memories. It's a reminder of how interconnected our perceptions can be. Think about the Berenstain Bears or Darth Vader's iconic line, "No, I am your father." These discrepancies make us question our memories and wonder how they could be so different from reality. Rather than evidence of parallel universes, these instances are a testament to the malleable nature of human memory and how easily it can be influenced. The Mandela effect reminds us that even our most cherished recollections can be flawed, and that our memories are not as reliable as we might think. So the next time you question a memory, don't panic. It's just your brain trying to make sense of the world, piecing together fragments of information in the best way it can. Understanding these cognitive biases is the first step to becoming more critical thinkers and discerning consumers of information. By recognizing the fallibility of our memories, we can better navigate the complexities of the world around us. Ever tried to say the color of a word, but your brain just short-circuits? It's a common experience that can be surprisingly frustrating. That's the Stroop effect in action, a fascinating phenomenon in cognitive psychology. Imagine the word red written in blue ink. It sounds simple, but it's a real challenge for your brain. Your task is to say the color of the ink blue as quickly as possible. Seems easy, right? You'll likely hesitate because your brain processes the word red first. This automatic reading process conflicts with the task of naming the ink color. This conflict creates interference, slowing down your reaction time and making you second-guess yourself. Reading is a highly automated process, something we do without much thought. In contrast, color naming requires more conscious effort and attention. When faced with conflicting information, our automatic processes tend to override the less automatic ones, leading to a mental tug-of-war. The Stroop effect has significant implications for understanding attention, cognitive control, and even the aging process. It shows how our cognitive functions can change over time. Researchers use variations of the Stroop test to study attention deficit disorders, the effects of sleep deprivation, and other cognitive impairments. It's a reminder that our brains are constantly working behind the scenes, processing information and making decisions without our conscious awareness. This complex machinery operates 24/7. These automatic processes are essential for our daily functioning, but can also lead to biases and errors in judgment. Understanding them can help us navigate our cognitive landscape more effectively. Let's talk about change blindness, a phenomenon that makes you question how much you actually perceive. This visual illusion highlights our limited attentional capacity and how easily we can miss significant changes in our environment. Imagine watching a video of a busy street scene. Suddenly, a giant gorilla walks through the frame. Did you see it? Many people miss it entirely because our brains filter information, prioritizing what seems most relevant. When our attention is focused on one aspect of a scene, we often fail to notice changes in other areas. Change blindness has profound implications for eyewitness testimony and our understanding of consciousness. It suggests that our brains construct a model of reality based on selective attention and prior knowledge. So, the next time you're watching a movie or walking down the street, take a moment to really observe your surroundings. Get ready for your senses to collide with the McGurk effect, an auditory illusion that shows the influence of visual cues on our perception of sound. Watch a video of a person saying "ba," but the audio track is dubbed with "ga." What do you hear? Most people report hearing "da," a completely different syllable. This happens because our brains combine auditory and visual information when processing speech. The shape of the speaker's mouth and their lip movements influence how we interpret sounds. When visual cues conflict with auditory information, our brains create a perceptual illusion. The McGurk effect shows how our brains integrate information from multiple senses to create a coherent experience. It highlights the importance of context and prior knowledge in shaping our perceptions. Let's face it, we all like to think of ourselves as rational thinkers. We pride ourselves on our ability to analyze situations logically and make decisions based on facts. But our brains are hardwired to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs, known as confirmation bias. This means we often gravitate towards data and opinions that reinforce what we already think. This cognitive bias shapes our perceptions, decisions, and social interactions. It influences the way we interpret information and the conclusions we draw from it. When researching a topic, are you more likely to click on articles that align with your viewpoint? Do you find yourself avoiding sources that challenge your beliefs? If so, you're not alone. This is a common behavior driven by our innate desire for cognitive ease and comfort. Confirmation bias is rooted in our desire for consistency in our beliefs. We feel more secure when our worldview is validated. While seeking confirming evidence can be comforting, it can also make us resistant to changing our minds. This resistance can prevent us from growing and learning. It can fuel polarization, prejudice, and contribute to the spread of misinformation. In extreme cases, it can lead to entrenched divisions within society. By becoming aware of confirmation bias, we can start to mitigate its effects. Awareness is the first step towards change. We can seek out diverse perspectives, challenge our assumptions, and be open to alternative viewpoints. This practice can broaden our understanding and foster a more inclusive mindset. It's essential for cultivating critical thinking, fostering empathy, and engaging in constructive dialogue. By doing so, we can build a more informed and connected world. Ever heard of a new word or concept and then suddenly you start seeing it everywhere? That's the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, also known as the frequency illusion. It tricks you into thinking something is more common than it actually is. Learn a new word, let's say serendipity. Suddenly you start noticing it everywhere. The frequency of the word hasn't changed. Your brain is now primed to notice it. When we learn something new, our brains prioritize that information, making it more salient. This selective attention helps us filter the overwhelming amount of information we encounter daily. The Baader-Meinhof phenomenon isn't harmful, but can contribute to confirmation bias. It's a reminder that our perceptions are shaped by our experiences, expectations, and the information we focus on. Prepare to be amazed by the placebo effect, which shows the power of the mind-body connection. This phenomenon demonstrates the influence that our beliefs and expectations can have on our physical health. The placebo effect occurs when people experience improvement after receiving a treatment with no inherent therapeutic value. Studies show that placebo treatments can trigger measurable physiological changes in the body. The placebo effect is driven by factors like expectation, conditioning, and social context. When we believe a treatment will work, our brains release neurochemicals that can alleviate pain and promote well-being. The power of suggestion and cultural beliefs about health also contribute to the placebo effect. It highlights the incredible power of the mind to influence our overall well-being. So, there you have it. 7 mind-blowing psychological phenomena that reveal the complexity of the human brain. From false memories and perceptual illusions to the power of belief, these phenomena highlight the interplay between our minds and the world. Understanding these cognitive biases is essential for navigating human behavior and making informed decisions. Embrace the mystery, question your assumptions, and keep exploring the universe within your mind. The more we understand our brains, the better equipped we are to harness their power and overcome limitations. Keep those brains engaged, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep exploring.